I don't know about you guys, but I am looking forward to the next season of The Bear. If you're here and you're a huge fan of this series, you are my people. This show came out of friggin' nowhere, and it's every season is just top notch to me. It's probably one of my favorite series that's out right now, and I don't know what to expect about it in the coming years because it just keeps adding more that keeps me into it. And it could be my also like I'm just one of those that feels kind of like attached to the kitchen. I love cooking. I love learning recipes. I've always wanted to work in the kitchen. I did for like 6 months, but it was for like a casino and it was buffet style. So it's not like plated food or anything. It was more big trays of food. So it's not the same prep, but it was still fun. And that's probably the most kitchen experience I've ever had. But I love being in the kitchen. I love looking up new chef knives. I love looking up new ways of how to cook and prepare food and do things. And I'm constantly going down this path of being better in the kitchen. So shows like this appeal to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm a huge Gordon Ramsay fan. I've loved all the Food Network shows, all the cooking shows, and movies and television shows about cooking. I usually get driven towards. And when that show is especially good on top of what they're able to portray as far as cooking is concerned, like this show, if it took place in any other environment, it will probably be just as good because the story is also very, very well done. And it's got a great cast backing it up, and it always has great guest stars. It seems like this amalgamation of everything coming together into this melting pot, and it all works out so well. This show is literally the perfect recipe, and I know that's cliche and an unnecessary pun, but it's true. I cannot wait for what the fourth season is gonna give to us. So I'm looking forward to this trailer. This is really exciting.
People go to restaurants to be taken care of, to relax, to not have to think about anything else for a minute.
The clock is telling you how much money we have left. When that shows zero, this restaurant needs to cease operations.
No.
Okay, buongiorno tutti.
It's hard and it's brutal, and that's what makes it special.
I'm fired up, ready to go. No, same.
Showtime!
I get it, you know, chaos and turmoil, but it's a problem when you're letting it fuel you and fuel the food.
We need to not miss, guys.
The offerings were
substantially different on each visit.
Consistency seems to be the weak link here.
Just breathe.
Look, we could do this. We could take care of people. We could make it calm. We could make it delicious. We can make people happy.
I don't want you to hide from things just because you can.
Hi, Bear.
I don't want this place to be chaos. You know that, right?
If I'm making direct eye contact, come to me.
How do I know that you're looking at me?
Because it's looking right at you.
Well, I got it. Okay.
I can feel you chasing something, but you ain't got nothing to prove.
Sometimes your work family is closer to you than your family.
How about this? Upon my signal, unleash hell.
There's one really true thing about restaurants.
System, baby.
You are never alone.
Looks elegant, right? No, just don't. Just stand right here. Yeah. Put your hands down. Yeah. And walk like a G. There you go, Neil.
Oh, that looks so good. So the journey now is getting the Bear a Michelin star, but they're going through the hassle of dealing with reviews more now than ever because the last season, in my opinion, was this signal to kind of show them that they're moving at a pace that is not steady, not slow, but it feels like it's off the beaten path. which they were meant to be represented by this other restaurant closing down because that restaurant did it so perfectly, but now here they are not there yet, or at least he feels like they're not there yet. And the problem is that Carmy doesn't feel like it's ever going to be enough. And every season so far has been watching him through that struggle, so I hope this season is finally the eye-opener. The stop clock to when they run out of money is crazy. I don't know how that is even managed or how it makes any sense, but this looks really good. I think this is probably going to be like the most crucial season that the show ever does. Because if this is the season, so here's the thing. I don't know how long a show like this could last, because what is the end goal? What would be the season finale that we all would want? Is last season, say, a foreshadowing of what we might be getting for the restaurant that we are engulfed in? Is it going to be where it leads to the Bear closing down for some reason years down the line? How much time has actually passed in the universe? That I don't 100% know off the top of my head, but, you know, any good restaurant that lasts more than 5 years can usually last a long time. I believe that's one of the kind of like industry standards that can tell you if a restaurant's going to be successful. If it can last that first year, good. If it can go to that 5-year mark, even better. It's going to last a while. If they get a Michelin star this season, what's the other conflict then? Do they then create just drama where Sydney wants to leave the restaurant and then she starts her own restaurant and it becomes a rival thing? Like, in order for this to end as much as a beautiful note that we could give it, this show might give us 5 seasons. This might be the growth of getting the restaurant stable while pushing for the Michelin star. But they've been talking about that Michelin star since last season as well. So now we got 2 seasons of the restaurant growth to make it stable, and then the 5th season, bam, steamroll into that Michelin star. And then once they get the Michelin star, I mean, where do they go from there? And that's the unfortunate part, is that you really have to think that you don't want this show to go much longer, because it runs the risk of shows that kind of lose their flair for just pushing out seasons that are unnecessary. I know my wife wasn't really that big of a fan of the last season because the first 2 seasons are tremendous. And if you really had to put them on par, it literally is in the order it's in. The first season is tremendous. The second season is just as good. And the third season is probably the least well done out of the 3 seasons. I don't know where this 4th season is going to sit, but I am worried about the future, because it is still like, there's only so much that you could watch a show about the struggling restaurant and whether or not it's going to close down and be successful. So I hope they're able to make it make sense, and I'll be satisfied with 5 seasons. This doesn't say it's the final season, so there's definitely going to be more if they push for another one. And I already see it being greenlit, because these shows like this get greenlit because they're just tremendous. And this is a great show. So I see that 5th season coming, but I don't know if I see anything past that. So that by itself, you know, makes me a little nervous, but I am excited for this, and I'm also excited for who the guest stars are going to be, because you know some wacky people are going to get involved in this. If you made it this far, you are awesome. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and let YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the other videos in the studio. All of this helps support me and the channel, so it is very appreciated. Whether you're new or returning, thanks for watching. Cheers.